Welcome back to Energy Motorcars. Got another really cool one for y'all here today. This is a 2002 Camaro SS Convertible automatic with 28,000 original miles on it, and it is a cream puff. This car is in such good shape, so I'm gonna walk around the whole car and we'll talk about it and just some of the features that it has and just the overall condition of this car. Another one that I was just very pleasantly surprised with how clean this car was. I got this car out of California, and so you know that California, Nevada, Texas are usually pretty good states to get cars from. So we'll talk a little bit about the history of this car. But man, what a clean car, and 28,000 original miles. About 99% stock. It has a couple of very, very small things. If you notice, the exhaust tips are a little bit different. A couple little things here and there. And then, of course, the wheels. But we'll talk about all that. So, 2002 Camaro SS. Obviously, this is an original SS. It has the window sticker. This car is the original window sticker. It's got a bunch of maintenance history as well. 28,000 original miles. It's had two owners. The car was originally bought in Illinois. It spent a very short time in Illinois, and then it went to Vegas. And it lived the last, oh gosh, I think 12 plus years in Vegas. It's on the Carfax report, which is on the website, so you can kind of look at that. So yeah, it lived most of its life in Vegas, and then it went to an auction in Anaheim, and that's where I picked it up from. So super clean car. They made 141 Sebring Silver 2002 SS convertibles. And if you know these cars very well, then you'll know that some of those Sebring Silver cars were actually the Brickyard 400 edition, which they used at the Brickyard 400 back in '02 for the drivers to sit. They usually use convertibles for cars like that. The drivers would sit on the back for driver introductions and go around the track. Now, the Brickyard 400 cars had graphics down the side, and they had, now this car has aftermarket wheels anyway, but they had the silver and black wheels off the 35th anniversary cars. So they looked really cool. I have no indication that this is one of the Brickyard cars. It's not on the window sticker. I don't believe it was one of the Brickyard cars. So I think there was like 50 something out of the 141 convertibles that were the Brickyard 400 editions. This is not one of them. And so if you're really, really obsessed with these cars, that's a question that maybe somebody would ask. So I just wanted to clear that up. So I talked about the wheels. It has these American Racing Torque Thrust M wheels. All four of them are basically perfect. There's no peeling or pitting on any of the chrome. You can see the red calipers in there, really good shape. That's a factory SS option, or I think it came with the SS, sorry. So all four wheels are in really good shape. And I just put brand new tires on it. I went down to the tire shop actually yesterday and got all four brand new Nitto 555 G2 tires on here. So look guys, I spend money when it needs to be spent on these cars. I don't cheap out, I don't cut corners. The car needed tires. The condition on the tires was actually really good, but they were from 2007. So I put brand new tires on it. These tires have 4 miles on them, literally driving back from the tire shop to my shop where it got parked. So the car drives great. It doesn't have any service lights on or anything like that. I'm gonna pop the hood and show you how clean this thing is, but man, it is clean. There are other SS's with lower mileage on here, like 28,000 miles is low, don't get me wrong. But like there's cars out there with 5,000 miles on them and stuff like that. I would put the condition of this car up against any of them. I really would. It is unbelievably clean. All I really had to do with this car is vacuum it, wipe a little bit of dust off, and that was it. So, I mean, you can just, like, nothing's cracked, nothing's broken. Like, I know the dash cracks in these cars, it's really common. The dash is not cracked at all. The dash isn't worn at all. It's quite obvious that this car was garage kept. Just pop the hood here. But I'll start it up and you can hear it run. Like I said, the car's about 99% stock. But look how clean this engine bay is. I mean, this thing is clean. Like, you could eat off of it. Stock air box, which is pretty hard to find on these cars. The airbox is usually the first thing to go when people start modifying these. So this car has the stock airbox on it. It was like that when I got it, so I didn't have to do anything. It already had the stock box on it. Really, really good shape. Now, there's like a couple little nicks. Like there's one over here, a little nick underneath the bumper. But like, other than that, that's about it as far as any sort of imperfection on this car. Like I said, it's very clearly garage kept car. I'm just gonna leave the hood up for a second. That way, raise it back up once I start the car. SS badge. I like this car in silver with the black badges on it. And then the previous owner put the black letters in Camaro there. So I might as well talk about the things that I've noticed on this car that makes it like just shy of 100% stock. The black letters, like, I don't even know if I want to count that. The taillights are actually the previous body style taillights. I think they look better because this line here, it flows with the line of the trunk. And the 02 and maybe 01, I don't remember what year the taillights, or they changed the taillights, but they actually, I think these look better. The other ones are a little bit more bulky or blocky, I guess that is what I was trying to say. The other thing are the exhaust tips. Now the muffler is stock. Get under here. The muffler is actually the stock muffler, but the tips have been changed. And I kind of like that because the stock exhaust tips on these cars are really tiny. It's like a 2.5 or 3 inch exhaust tip. And it looks like these are probably 4-inch exhaust tips. So that's all the guy did was just cut the stock tips off and put the larger exhaust tips on. And the receipt for that's in the glove box too. I'll talk about some of the paperwork that it has when I show you in the glove box. So, exhaust tips, taillights, of course they all work. All the turn signals, reverse lights, everything works. The wheels I talked about, so those have been changed. And I think that's it. Wheels, taillights, exhaust tips. Yeah, I think that's it as far as what this car, so it's, you know, like I said, 99% stock. But just look how clean this car is. I mean, it is a cream puff. It really is. Such a nice car. Nothing more damaged on the door panels. All the electronics work. The passenger side window is a little bit slow. But that's kind of a normal thing with these cars. So it does work, it's just a little bit slower than the driver's side. And it's got these pieces intact for the convertible top. So there's 3 plastic pieces there. They actually get removed when you put the top up. So I'll do that here in a second. It has a power top. Power top works. I'll show you guys the trunk. Oh, I know, I mentioned the glove box. I need to get back in there to show you the paperwork. But so here's the trunk. It has the original carrying case, this leather bag for these top pieces. So that's the original bag, and you can even see like it's labeled, right? Driver, it shows you which piece goes where. It's got the original antenna. That was the other thing. It's got the original antenna because it has a little shorty antenna on it. So the guy even kept the original antenna down there, and it's labeled. It says Camaro on it. But yeah, I mean, clean car. You can see in all the jams and all the areas like where you would see, you know, gunk and buildup and everything. You see how clean it is. So going back to the glove box here. So in here, all this original paperwork. I'm not gonna go through all this, but like all these original receipts from when it was serviced at the Chevrolet dealer. More receipts. Got the wheel lock key in there. Owner's manual. And then here's what I wanted to get out and we'll go over is the window sticker. Oops. So the original window sticker from 2002. Get it to focus there. There we go. So you can see everything that it had. SS Performance Package. What else did they pay for? Other trim seats, that's interesting. Anyway, $35,100 back in 02. But yeah, I love, it's so rare that these cars have window stickers with them, you know. I mean, this car's almost 20 years old, so the fact that it survived, and you can tell that it's the actual original window sticker as well. So I'm gonna set this aside for a minute and we'll go ahead and start the car up. Let it run. I know this camera keeps going out of focus, just zooming in and zooming out. Yeah, I'm gonna start it up so you can see the mileage here. There it is, 28,407. I'm looking at it on camera and it looks a little funny, like the screen looks a little funny, but I promise you in person, it looks totally normal. So I don't know why it's showing up kind of weird. Probably just the way the screen is. So yeah, air conditioner blows cold. Smooth, quiet idle. Just put the parking brake off so you can see there are no lights, no service lights or anything on the dash. Full tank of gas. I mean, you can see the water temperature is a little bit cold because I have not been running the car. The other thing I do want to mention, the front speakers seem to be blown on the car. So if you fade the sound system like it normally would be, like a balanced 50-50 front to back, you can hear the front speakers buzzing a little bit. Now, the reason I have not done anything with that is because it looks like if you replace the front speakers with an aftermarket speaker, you have to change the radio out too. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to leave it alone. The back speakers work fine. The front speakers work if you just like fade it a little bit to the front. So I want to be transparent about that. But so you can still hear the radio. It's just if the front speakers will buzz a little bit if you fade it to the front. So anyway, what an awesome car. I mean, clean. Like, people, just the few times that I've driven this car, I get people stopping and asking questions about it, and they want to see it. They want to see under the hood. They want to, you know, just talk about how clean this car is. It really gets a lot of, I'll go ahead and close the hood. It really gets a lot of attention. You know, because like most people, if they're car guys, they're gonna remember these cars. You know, they stopped making them in 02, so this was the last year. They're gonna remember them, and it's like, they probably won't remember the last time they saw one this clean. I did mention that I was gonna put the top up. So I will do that. All right, so I had to put the camera down to get those pieces off. It was a two-hand job to get those trim pieces off. But I put them back in the bag here. So you can see the trim pieces are back. They fit nicely in this leather bag. And the bag is like Velcroed on the back, so it stays in place. So I've got those back, and you can see the convertible top here. So I believe, okay, release that. If I'm doing this right, release that, and then we should be ready to put the top up. And guys, I know I repeat myself sometimes in these videos, but I do them in one take, and I do them with no notes. So forgive me if I repeat myself a little bit. All right, so power top. Go ahead and put it up. Move these visors down. That one locked in, got that one locked in. All right, and good deal. Okay, we're up. I don't own any convertibles, so forgive me for not knowing the full process, but pretty easy to figure out. So convertible top up. Now you can see the condition of the top. Back glass is clean, and the top is in really good shape. A little bit dirty because it's just been down, but yeah, the top is in great shape. So, and you know, I wanted to show that the top is working fine as well. So there it is, guys. 2002 Camaro SS convertible, automatic, about 99% stock, 28,400 original miles, 2 owners, been in Vegas the last, I think, 12 plus years of its life. Ultra clean car, drives great, sounds great, turns a lot of heads because you don't see them in this condition anymore. So if you're interested in the car, this is gonna be on eBay. This car is gonna go to eBay. And so I'll have the link to everything in the description of the video. And feel free to give me a call if you're interested. 281-768-5290. Facebook and Instagram are both at Energy Motorcars. Thank you, guys.